Hi, I'm Erik Linask, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. We're here on day one of our 20th IT Expo event, and I'm here with the President and CEO of XCast Labs, Rees. Cliff, thank you for joining us.
Welcome. Thank you.
You know, I think this is the first time we've actually talked, at least on video. You start off by telling me a little bit about XCast and where you've come from.
XCast Labs is a software as a solutions company. We put together a whole series, suite of VoIP applications, residential, IPPBX, SIP trunking, where we wrote the code all the way down to the SIP stack level. We market it to cable operators, CLECs, RLECs, marketing companies that want to get into the VoIP business but don't have a couple $1 million to do it on their own.
Which I guess at this point is an awful lot of people. So who exactly is your target audience?
It's a combination. Cable companies are a very rich market for us. We've made a couple of announcements recently. We've signed about 6 cable companies over the last 2 months. Avenue Broadband has been with us for about a year and a half. They have about 5,000 customers on us right now. But in addition to that, because we own and control our own platform, we do a lot of other things with like LA media companies, shows like I'm a Celebrity or America's Got Talent, Price is Right. We do all the telecom and voting back end for that. So the flexibility that we have because we own our own platform allows us to be in many businesses on a very cost-effective basis.
Fantastic. What are some of the trends? You deal a lot with the cable companies and MSOs. What are some of the trends, but specifically in that space, that you're seeing?
We're finding that the MSOs are really feeling squeezed by Verizon and AT&T. They're starting to realize that to differentiate themselves, they need to be doing something other than just a Me Too offering. And one of the things that I think they're very interested in us for is, again, because we own our own technology, we do things like our video mail works over BlackBerry devices. So they can actually start going into the business market that they've never been able to touch before. They've basically ceded that completely to the ILECs. And all of a sudden they have a very compelling offering for the business community in their environment.
So let's get a little more specific about your platform. What are some of the things that help your customers address the competitive environment that they're in right now?
Well, one of the things that we actually have a patent on, what we call direct RTP, is that we don't hold on to both legs of the call, where every other provider does. Momentum, Single Pipe, anybody using a BroadSoft platform, Vonage. It's almost like PSTN switched telecom, where even though they're using the public cloud to get the call and to send the call out, they're still holding on to both ends, which means firstly that the call has to traverse a much longer geographic distance, so a lot of latency gets into the call. Secondly, packet loss and jitter enter because it's going through many more hops. Whereas for us, if a cable MSO, a lot of those calls are going to stay from one person on that MSO's network to another person. We actually leave the call and let it just run over their network. We just keep a small signaling stream coming to us so we know when to write the CDR. So it means that their customers have incredibly high quality. It's actually better quality than PSTN calls, and that gives them a differentiator from other VoIP providers that are introducing a lot of latency and jitter into their calls. That's why VoIP has a crappy reputation. Ours is much better.
Now, ultimately, is that something that's going to help them compete with the Verizons and the AT&Ts, or are they going to need to do more?
Well, if you're a customer and you get crappy service from your small cable MSO or really good service from AT&T, getting good service from your cable MSO is going to help you make that decision to stay with them. In addition, we're doing a lot of research and R&D on video telephony, so that we're able to offer video calls over the network also in a very cost-effective way. And that's a real differentiator in we call it the grandparent market, where grandparents will buy a couple of video phones, send one to the kids so they can see the grandchildren's birthdays, keep up on what's going on. And it lets them do something more interesting than simple telephone calls.
Is there anything exciting on the horizon from XCast Labs that you can talk about?
Probably we're coming up with a program where we're going to be training cable MSOs how to market into the business community. Because right now, it's this huge market that they literally touch none of. They're actually terrified of it. and coming up with very specific marketing steps and very specific training exercises so they can sell in that community. It's a huge open door for them. It should allow them to tremendously increase their revenue and profit.
Excellent. We've been talking here on day one of IT Expo in Los Angeles, California, with Cliff Rees, President and CEO of XCast Labs. Cliff, thank you very much for joining me, and certainly enjoy the rest of the show.
Great, thank you.